Hi guys, spotted this tape dispenser in my local bargain store. 5 times 5 meters of tape, obviously been packaged to look like a little car. It's not, it's just a tape dispenser, but I thought, well, maybe I could make it into a little car just for some fun. My wife's got her eye on it because she wants the tape to wrap up the Christmas presents, so I'll have to be fairly quick and make it into a car that she can then take apart and use for the tape. But that's today's bargain store project. 5 rolls of tape, and a plastic body. Sharp metal bit on the end there. I suppose I will just pull that out for now so that we don't hurt ourselves when we're doing what we're doing. So I shall put some little cardboard discs in there so that I can put an axle through the middle. Drill a couple of holes, and we should then have a push-along car. And then we decide whether we're going to put a rubber band in it to power it, or maybe even an electric motor. Right, cut a little cardboard disc out. That'll fit in there. So I'll cut 7 more, so I've got 8. So I can put 2 into each of 4 of the wheels. And I've got my centre in there, so I know where the middle of my wheel is, so I can put my axle through. I'll mark up holes for where I want to drill through for the axles to go, and I'm actually using my dividers here. Don't know if that's visible. Just put a little cross there, and one there, and there, and there. Hopefully that might help me to get the wheels parallel so it goes in a straight line. I can use my old faithful barbecue skewers, or kebab skewers as they're labelled here. Try and pick some that are reasonably straight. Right, drilled my holes. I shall now use my barbecue skewer. Got my bits of cardboard on the inside. I've got some cheap plastic beads here that I've drilled the centres a little bit larger so they're a tight fit on here. So I should put one of them on each side just to give us a bearing surface, and then we'll have a little freewheeling car. Okay, there's our car, push-along car, finished. All we've got there is the original tape spools, some cardboard discs I've cut out, barbecue cane as the axle, and some little plastic beads just to give us some bearing surfaces to stop the wheels rubbing against the bodywork. Right, I've put the metal cutter back in, but I put it in backwards just to hook the rubber band around. And all I'm going to do is hold the rubber band in place and wrap it around so that it wraps onto itself, hopefully. I don't expect it to go very far, but It moves, it wheel spins and it moves, so we can count that as a rubber band powered car. It wants a fairly weak rubber band, otherwise it's going to wheel spin and not go anywhere. But oops, put that back on. Okay, we'll do that again. Yeah, there we go. So our tape dispenser is now a push-along car and a rubber band powered car. Next we'll see if we can stick a little electric motor on it. I quite fancy using one of these fans that came out of the notebook cooler. Don't know if you can read that on there. That was out of my bargain store for £1. It's very weak, it's got very little power. That's one that I butchered to use in one of my other projects, and I did just notice that where I've cut the fan blades off, it happens to fit. Might need a little bit more trimming, but it fits inside one of the wheels. So I could just try powering one wheel and see if that will be enough to actually make it go. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we now have a little electric car. I used that little motor. It's now driving a fifth wheel that just touches the ground. So if I connect up the battery, which is a little bit fussy, I could have made it a bit easier. There we go. And we've even got a little blue light on it. Okay, test run time in the kitchen. I've done a very simple little mod to make it easier to connect the wires together. So not very straight. So better shut it up, haven't I? So we've got our bargain store tape dispenser, which I made into a push-along car. I then demonstrated it with a rubber band power, and finally I've stuck that little electric motor on it, giving it a fifth wheel so that it actually drives it. So there we go, bargain store project 43 completed. Nearly forgot my other means of propulsion. Stick a fan on it. There we go.